Hello, hello. Come on in. Welcome, welcome. Let me know that you're here and comment. Tell me where you're coming in from and if you're single and how long you've been single. We want the deets. Your soulmate could be on this live. You never know. So please tell me where you're coming in from. I see 11 of you, 12 of you are joining. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Tita, Nikita. Hello, Georgia, Arizona. Single 1 year. All right. Awesome. Yes, come on in. I'm Lou Frey, and this is Intentional Dating, Singles Divinely Connecting, South Carolina, Tootie, Wisconsin. All right, past 2 years, 2 years, okay. Oh, Natita, you're so precious. I love you guys. Thank you. Couldn't do this without your support. Hey, Latoya. Hi. Come on in. We're going to talk about this thing. Come on in. Please like, share. If you're not already following Intentional Dating, Singles Divinely Connecting, please follow. Please join the private group. Let me give you the information. Let's see. Give you the ticker for that. Yeah, you'll see the information for the private community. Welcome, everyone. I see you, Anita, North Carolina, South Carolina, Kimberly, hello, hello, Illinois, Tamika, Monique. Wonderful. So happy to have you guys here. We're going to talk about this thing tonight, and hopefully we get some gentlemen in the room. I know in the group, I hear you guys. Y'all like, it's all women here. Yes, my desire is that you meet your soulmate in this group. However, there's more to this group than just meeting the one. I wanted to create a safe space for us. I'm single right along with you, where we could come together and share our experiences, get smarter about dating, and just build a loving and kind community. And I love the communication that's happening, the conversation. You guys are in the chat room. Everyone's being respectful. Everyone's being, transparent without fear of people judging them. And I love it. It's all love over here. So the group is growing. Our public page has swelled to, last I looked, it was like at 5,700. The group, I believe we're about to hit 1,000 members. That is so awesome. So I want to do something to celebrate these milestones. So welcome. Okay, aloha. Brienne, Kalisha, Florida. Crystal, Detroit. Yes. Oh, you're now in Arizona. Single. Yes, we need more men. But it just seems, and I look at other singles groups, it's always us women, more women than men. So we need to figure out what's going on. I have some thoughts about it. Maybe that's another live. Oh, thank you, Latoya. Great. Oh, now how do we say your name? Can you help us with that? I don't want to mess your name up. Last name Lewis. We're happy to have you in the room. Tamika from Michigan. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I'm so happy that you guys have joined. Please share this with some folks. I would really appreciate it if you share on your Facebook. Let me see if I'm sharing. I'll go ahead and share to my feed. I want to share it to my personal page. Yes, we are live. Someone is commenting on the reel Yes, we are. So, yes, please, guys, while we're waiting, let's see. Yes, please join us. So, I asked everyone coming in if you would tell us where are you coming in from. If you're single, I'm assuming you're single, and how long you've been single. Okay, Louisiana. Yolanda, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the likes, the shares, the follows. You guys are showing out. Also, if you are on TikTok now, TikTok off the chain, please follow my TikTok. And it's just under my name, Lou Frey, Lue, F as in Frank, RAS. Richmond, hey neighbor. I'm here in Fredericksburg. Yeah, I didn't say where I'm from. I'm here in Northern Virginia, Fredericksburg. Alabama, single since 2014. Nothing wrong with that. Houston, Christy, come on in. So yeah, follow me. I'm everywhere on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, but I do most of my work between Facebook and TikTok and YouTube. YouTube, Lou Frey TV. So you can follow me there. 7 years, Tootie. Okay, okay. And if one of you would like to come on, I think I can send you the link and I can add you. Tennessee, Mackenzie. Welcome. Hello, we got 36 people in the room. Like, share. Please share this live. I'm so happy that you guys are showing out on a Monday night. I know how Mondays are getting the week started, but I figured 9 o'clock was a good time because you got to come home. You got to do dinner, get settled, or start thinking about tomorrow. So I didn't want to be too early and I didn't want to be too late. Figured this would be a nice little sweet spot. So let me start off. I am going to introduce myself officially. I am Lou Frey Robinson. I am a speaker, a performer. I'm also a saxophonist. I have music out. I'm a writer. And, I started my career out as a journalist, my work in communications, but single life has always been near and dear to my heart. I've endured, married briefly years ago, divorced, and out in these single streets. And it's rough, right? San Diego, I love San Diego. 2 years single. Wow. Yep. Nothing wrong with that. Wisconsin, 4 years. Nothing wrong with that because I wanted to create a community, as I was saying earlier before some of you came on. When people see dating with purpose, they go, oh, and even in my private group, I said, I've got to just do a live because I found myself, I'm like, oh, I just want to type in response because, the question is coming, well, what does it really mean to date with purpose? And then someone replied, oh, yeah, religious people. And I'm just like, okay, I need to just do a live because people automatically make it about religion. But it's bigger than that because you know what? God desires the best for all of us. First of all, we have to love ourselves. You cannot even begin to think about dating, should not, unless you love yourself and you value 15 years single. All right, Ann, I hear you. New Jersey, single for 8 months. Can we also create Instagram so we can connect and people can see each other's views? Well, I'm already on Instagram. I don't know because we've got pages here already. The struggle. I know, Crystal. So, what is this page about? So, I created the public platform. And I said, what am I going to call it? And it was Intentional Dating, Singles Divinely Connecting. Now, when people hear intentional dating and they hear dating with purpose, automatically, and I think that's where some of our gentlemen are like, these are the women who, after 3 months, they're going to want wedding rings. And that's not what it's about. I titled tonight's live, Casual Dating versus Dating with Purpose for a reason. Because Aren't we tired of doing the same thing and getting the same results? I mean, let me hear from you. I mean, I'm saying we because I'm right here with you guys. I made a decision several months ago that, you know what? I am not dating, whatever you call it, because really, when I look back at it, it wasn't dating. I'm not doing the situationships where it's like, oh, just go with the flow. Oh, what are we? Oh, we've been seeing each other for X number of months. It's just a vicious cycle. And I'm concerned. I'm going to be honest, because we can't always point the finger at the guys. Women, I'm hearing you guys say, well, we should just casually date. Oh, please be careful with that word, because I did something. I said, if I look up the word casual, yeah, I went to the dictionary. I sure did. I went on Merriam-Webster's website. RUFWB. What does that mean? I don't know what FWB means. My daughter might have to interpret that for me. I'm afraid to ask what that means. I'm always learning new stuff every day. Come on, spell it out for me, Ian. What is FWB? I'm afraid to know. Dating seems to have changed. So I guess I don't know how to date. Yeah, you're right. Friends with benefits. See, these acronyms get me. I'm so glad. See, thank you guys. Thank you. See, you guys know where I'm going with this. I'm concerned because, guys, I get so many messages in my inbox from women, all age brackets, and a lot of them in the 40s, 50s, and even 60s. They fell for the okie doke. We've all been there, because we don't judge in this community. We've all been there where we fell for it. We were drawn in because, oh, he was so fine. He checked all the boxes, right? Because I hear y'all like, well, if he's not at least, when I put my heels on, he's got to be taller, all this stuff. He's tall. He's dark. Oh, honey, he's suave. Oh, honey, he knows how to, reel you in. But what's missing from the equation, there's no intention and there's no purpose. We go with the flow because you're like, oh, like you caught a fish. You're like, well, I got a fish, but you really don't. And if I start talking about all these standards and requirements that I have, well, I might lose him. How can you lose something you don't have? You don't have him or her. You're going with the flow because you say, I'm just going to put myself out here. I'm just going to casually date until I meet someone. But if you guys follow me on TikTok, I don't bite my tongue. I keep it real. So I don't mean to offend. I'm a very Christian lady. I love the Lord. And there's no but or however, but I keep it real because some people go, well, I thought she was da-da-da. No, I keep it real. Just because I'm a Christian, love the Lord, that's what's wrong. We walk around with blinders on because we're Bible believers and we're in the church. So we use that as an excuse to act like we don't know. Oh, no. We get educated. No. Real talk. So you want me to tell you what the real definition of and you guys have pretty much already spelled it out. But here's my definition. When you say casual dating, you know what it is? Get ready. I know y'all like, and my daughter, you know how you have teenagers and you do the talk. My daughter is like, Mom, y'all might do one of these with me tonight. Honey, all it is sex tryouts. Did she just say that? Yes, I did. You remember in high school where you tried out for the basketball team, you tried out for track, you tried out for band or whatever? You guys, let's stop lying to ourselves. Type in the comments, please, stop lying. Please type in the comments, stop lying. When you say you're out here, I'm just casually dating, just call it what it is. It's sex tryouts, because you're not out here just having conversations, just going to have a little bite to eat, No, you're giving up the cookies. because you've convinced yourself that who's going to date me if I don't give up the cookies? So I'm giving up cookies for what? For 2 minutes? Stop again. Stop lying. I don't see y'all in the comments. Let's stop lying. Let's stop lying. You getting about 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 minutes. You get 5 minutes. Woo! You doing good. Okay. Reel it in, Lufray. So can everybody wants something different? I hear everyone's frustration. Been there. For me, yeah, I'm telling you, Deandra, yes, stop lying. It's a waste. You put yourself out here with no requirements, no standards, no objective. You go with the flow because that's what he wants. Or, gentlemen, you're trying to date with standards and you meet a woman and she says to you, gentlemen, that I don't really want nothing, but you just happy to get the cookies. It works both ways. And ladies, I hear from the guys. So all men are not bad. Let's establish that. I try with any video live I do because I do not want people the first thing people say, oh, she's bashing men. No. I know there are some good men out here, but we have to stop dealing with the bottom feeders. And in order to do that, we have to set standards. So I'm concerned that in 2023, women, we are still talking about casual dating, trying to act like we don't know what casual dating really is. Call it friends with benefits. I'm going to call it the sex tryouts. You basically just trying out for, you just giving up the cookies. Hey, now I hear you because women tell me, so what? What if that's what I want to do? Well, my prayer is that you will not want to do that. My hope is that you will look in the mirror one day, that you will start seeing yourself the way God sees you, that you will start loving yourself enough and knowing your value and just how awesome you are, that you will not just want anybody to touch you like that. You will not, when you give up your body, there is nothing else. You've given up everything. For what? Someone told me because my profile didn't show United States that I'm fake. That's totally disgusting and disrespectful. And I remember you. Well, and I responded to you. And let's deal with this. I'm going to take a little, because I'm getting a lot of concern from members in the group that all the men are out of the country. Unfortunately, we know that all men who live in other, I'm not even going to name continents or whatever, because then it's going to seem like I'm picking on a particular, but we've had a lot of scammers. There are so many international scams. So yes, women in the US are very leery of, you have a profile, you say you live in Arizona, but your profile says you live in Nigeria. Which one is it? So, and then the women bring up a good point. If I'm here in the US, realistically, how are we going to date and get to know each other? Okay, and I know it happens. There are many love stories where people have fallen in love. Either they move to Africa or they move here to the US. But those are that's not the norm. Let's be real. And it's okay if the women in the group are saying they do not want to date internationally. I understand that. I do encourage women to be open to dating in different states. I don't like it when I hear women say, well, I only want to date people in my city, or I only want to date people in my state. I do believe you need to open yourself up a little bit more. Your soulmate could be on the West Coast or East Coast, vice versa. Not live anywhere near you, but out of the country presents just crazy challenges. I have a very good friend of mine who just got married. She married someone out of the country. So I know it can happen, but it was very challenging. Years in the making for them to finally be able to come together on US soil. So I'm saying it's not for the weak. So, Paige, you might meet a US woman who decides she wants to date you, but you can't just apply the pressure and force US women to date you. You know, I have an increase in message requests from African men since I joined the group. I am open. So here you go. Natita is open to dating African men. I don't have anything against African men. Some of the finest men that exist are African men. Have no problem. But you have to know it comes with challenges, you know? So casual dating versus dating with purpose. So I hope everybody typed in the comments by now, stop lying. It's time for us to stop wanting to do the same thing and get different results. I'm hearing from women and I'm hearing from men, that African men who are already in the US. So see, that's another thing. If you're already in the US, then, easier. It doesn't present as many challenges. That's right, Ian. Let's stop lying to ourselves about casual dating. And I looked up the word casual because I really want to break this down for you guys, because sometimes we just get in the habit of saying things and we really don't understand what we're saying. Okay. Go ahead, Tammy. Tammy's dating someone who lives in Ohio. She lives in California, little over a year. So far, so good. There you go. See? Thank you, Tammy. This is an example of what I'm saying. Don't limit yourself. You never know. Okay. So, again, we say things, excuse me, and I don't think we understand really what we're saying. When you say, "Oh, I'm just dating casually. I'm just open to dating casually." So if you look up the word casual, just a few things, it'll say subject to, resulting from, occurring just by chance, occurring without regularity, employed for irregular periods, met with on occasion and known only superficially, feeling or showing little concern, nonchalant, lacking, this is the one I love, lacking a high degree of interest or devotion. So now I'm going to put the question back out there for some of you. And again, this is a no judgment zone. We're here to help each other. None of us can throw darts at anybody. None of us. Because none of us have been perfect out in these dating streets. That's why we're coming together to help empower each other, lift each other up so we can date smarter. Just because we did it in the past does not mean that from this point forward, we cannot change. We're going to change from this point going forward because we're smarter, okay? So I believe after this live tonight, you will think differently about casual dating. Do you really want to be involved with someone lacking a high degree of interest or devotion? Just something superficial? Just something passing the time? And see, that's what a lot of us have done. I've been there, especially those of us over 30, over 40. You feel like it's your time. You're tired of being by yourself. So that WID comes over. And instead of ignoring it, you're like, well, I'm here by myself. It's somebody to kick it with. Y'all, we too old to be kicking it. Please stop responding to the WIDs and just, we're too old for this. We're too old for, I'm just taking it day by day. We'll see what happens. Again, sex tryouts. Yeah, some of you just coming in. We've established that casual dating, we're not going to keep lying. That's why you see in the comments, stop lying. Let's stop lying to ourselves. When you answer that WID and you let them come over to your home. So here's the thing, and I talked about this on my TikTok a few weeks ago. I want you guys to think, those of you who are just casually in these situationships, Going back to how I want you to start seeing yourself. I want you to love yourself. That's why I advocate dating yourself, getting to know yourself. Now, I want you to think about this. That man or gentleman, that woman, because I know it works both ways, because the men tell me, like, you talk about the men doing the late night, said some of these women, I'll show you, and they've shown me. Hey, so I can't beat up on the men, because women, we got to get better. Some of y'all, come on now. All day long, 24 hours in a day. And you don't hear from him, or gentlemen, you don't hear from her until it gets dark outside. They didn't call you to take you to lunch. They didn't call you to see how your day was going. How's work going? You feeling okay? Do you need anything? You want to grab some dinner? You want to go out for a ride? But they want to ride your body. Oh, I almost started singing that song. I heard a beat. Okay, Lou Frey, reel it back in. Reel it back in. I know y'all think I'm crazy. I'm just real. I'm just, y'all, come on now. Get real. You are worth so much more. Stop answering these calls. Stop. You know what you're saying about yourself that you, and I know women, I get them to say, well, what if that's all I want? I want you to want more. I want you to want more for yourself. Because again, stop lying to yourself. You tell yourself, well, that's all I want. Get what I need, and then he can go home. That's not all you want. At the end of the day, most of us, we want love, and you're settling. You're settling for those 3 to 5 minutes, perhaps. You might not even get a cuddle afterwards. I mean, how are you going to cuddle with somebody? You don't even like them. You really, some of these situationships, if you really think about it, you don't even like them, but you like what they're delivering. You like what they do to you, how they make you feel in those other regions. I'm just keeping it real. Just keeping it real. So I'm just saying, yep, that exchange of energies is real, and people got to be more careful. Yes, Keitra, I hope I'm saying your name. Career, I think. Self-love. I am always posting. Y'all see me because I have a cooking page also. But I'm a huge advocate for taking yourself out for a nice meal. Get a corner table. Go to a karaoke. Go hear a live band. You don't always have to have someone with you to have a nice time. Some of you do not do nice things for you because you feel like you have to be dating. Ladies, I'm talking to you. You feel like, well, I need to have a man to come pick me up and take me out to show me a nice time. Girl, if you don't put on a nice dress or nice outfit and take yourself out to a nice meal, enjoy those lobster towers by yourself. Come on. You're not ready for a relationship until you can love yourself. Until you can enjoy your own company, why is somebody else supposed to enjoy you? You don't even enjoy you. Come on. Well, that was good. Let me say that again. You don't even enjoy you. So how is somebody else supposed to enjoy your company? You don't even enjoy you. You know what? Ooh, Aretha said, I've been there. It's with a man that did it for me sexually, but couldn't stand to talk to turn. See? Says a little slow on the uptake. Her situation is not unique. Y'all tell the truth, shame the devil. Soul ties. In life, nobody places value on you. You are the only person who places value. Yes, Laquita. Yep. Laquita got it. Laquita got it. Go, Laquita. Go, Laquita got it. Y'all, look what Laquita just said. You got to know who you are. We are daughters of the king. Daughters of the king don't be out here just, here's a cookie, come and get it. Ooh. No, honey, you are valuable. Lock that stuff up. And men do not like it when I start talking like this. They come on and they say nasty. Oh, I'll get some nasty comments, but I don't care. I don't care. I know what my calling is. I've been quiet too long. I know I'm called to do this. I gotta say it. Saying you will be intentional and actually dating are not the same thing. He was definitely out of my comfort zone in a few ways. Never done long distance. I'm glad I did. Decided it was intentional dating that we were going to do. Yes, so it's not based on the physical. Yes, opening yourself up to something new. So I've talked about this topic and I want to stay on course with our topic tonight, but I like what she's saying about opening yourself up because, again, ladies, all my ladies say, he got to be tall. He's got to be tall. And so I challenged the ladies on my TikTok. I said, but suppose you've taken time to get to know this man and he is just everything you ever wanted or prayed for. But okay, he might be 1 or 2 inches shorter than you. Some of them said, no, when I put my heels on, I gotta. So, come on, y'all. We gotta, really? So, but then I had a few say, you know what, I think I would dismiss my height requirements. So some of us have some really superficial requirements that I don't think they need to be at the top of the deck. I think we need to think differently when it comes to dating. Yeah, yes. You trying to see all my comments. Yes, you gotta place value. Yes, Natika. That's why we're here. That is why we are here. So I hope. So I type in the comments because I'm like the teacher tonight. I want to make sure you're getting this lesson. I want you to type, I'm not casually dating. I am not casually dating. You can type that, or you can type, I'm not dating for fun. Because my issue with casual dating, it just speaks to this whole thing of just dating to be dating. Dating has become a sport. It really has become something to just do. So I think we have a good understanding of why we need to stop. I am not casually dating. I love it. I'm not casually dating. Or you can say, I'm not dating for fun. I'm not dating for fun. Yes. You guys are getting, okay. I'm 5'4" and yes. Okay, Crystal. All right, Crystal, I got you. But do we understand? Because, okay, now I'm going to shift. I'm shifting over to purpose, because I get a lot of comments within the private group. Well, what is dating with purpose? And I have 1 or 2 comments. That's that religious people keep talking about dating with purpose. It's bigger than that. Okay. Interesting, when I type in purpose, intention comes up. Purpose, it's something set up as an object or end to be attained. It's a subject under discussion or an action in course of execution. Okay. Then we go down to synonyms. Intention, intent. Intention applies a little more than what one has in mind to do. It suggests clear formulation, and this is what I like, being deliberate. So, do you see my shift over to dating with purpose? What that means is you're not just out here dating, meeting this one, meeting that one. Oh, he looks nice. Oh, yeah, let's see what the conversation is like. Before you even start entertaining people, you have decided, what are my standards? What are my yays? What are my nays? You know who you are. You know that you have boundaries. You know, for example, that your long term desire is to be married. It does not mean that, because this is what I think scares a lot of men when they see groups like this, dating with purpose. The men think, oh Lord, these men, I'm gonna be under pressure. I'm gonna be under the gun. We're gonna date 3 months, 4 months, and she's gonna be like, where's the ring? Where's the ring? That's not what, yes, high value. Relationship is a team term, work with both accepted in a relationship to work together to achieve goals. So that's not what it's about. But it is knowing, if you know you desire to be married, I think it's important to understand when you meet someone and as you're talking, when you're online dating, gathering data, and it's understood if you're online dating, you will go through a period where you're meeting multiple people online. Hear me out. Don't y'all be in these streets. You got one date on Wednesday, one on Thursday, one on Friday. I think that gets a little tricky. Use online dating to gather data. Don't allow yourself to be rushed. That's the problem. Everyone wants to move so fast. And ladies, gentlemen, you're falling for the pressure because you're like, if I don't fall for the, they might go, but they seem kind of nice. Let them go. If again, what are your standards? Be okay. That's something over the past several months. I came off all the dating apps. Just said, I need a breather. But as I really started having standards and saying, you know what, I really want to take things slow and take time to get to know you. Oh, they'll fall off. And that's good. You guys need to be okay with them falling off and not wanting to take things at your pace. But it goes back to your standards. So again, what is dating with purpose? Knowing yourself, knowing what you want, really knowing. Have you guys taken time in a journal just to write down, maybe it's 2 columns on a sheet of paper, to know what you want, what you don't want? Like, I know, for example, one of my absolute, I cannot deal with it. I don't want to be with a smoker. So if somebody say, well, he could be a really nice guy and he smokes. That is just something I do not want to deal with. I do not want to sit in the car, have to deal with cigarette smoke on my clothes, his clothes. I don't want to deal with that. But some of you don't like cigarette smoke, but you'll tolerate a cigarette smoker. So are you really having a standard there, or are you kind of giving in? Yeah, it's too much for the brain to date too many. How can you get to know anyone? It's too much. And I'll get names mixed up. I don't remember. I'm like, your name is what? So that's another reason. Online dating it's too much. It's a lot. You say smoking is a deal breaker for me. And I'm not 420 friendly. I gotcha. Yeah. Yeah. I'm glad you guys typed in. I'm not casually dating. So when you're dating with purpose, sometimes we're so focused on getting intel on the people that we're interested in. You need to get intel on yourself and know who you are and what you're willing to accept or not accept. And then categorize those things that might be a little petty, like we talked about the height. And I get it. If you're 5'4", you don't want somebody that's 5 feet. I get it. We like what we like. But when we date with purpose, I just find that there are a lot of us, we do have standards, but we're quiet. We're silent on those standards when we meet someone that checks our boxes. And we end up compromising. And we're not asking questions. And then we get hurt. And when I hear these scenarios, I always ask, did he ever tell you that you were the one? No. No, he said, we would just take it day by day, blah, blah, blah. But he was so kind and so romantic, and he did all the right. Of course he did. That's what women like. Women, we got to wake up and stop lying to ourselves. So ask me a question. We'll spend these last few minutes. We got 15. I didn't want to go over an hour. Ask me anything, or if someone wants to come on and chat, I can send you a link to join. So yeah, what are your questions? What do you feel is your biggest challenge right now with dating? Are you afraid because of the narrative that, oh, there's so few men out here? Are you guys afraid? Be honest. Have you been a little timid to really speak up and say what your standards are and what you expect in a relationship? Are you guilty of going with the flow? I know I've been there. I've been there where I didn't really speak up as to what my standards really were. And I kind of went with the flow, but I mean, I don't do that anymore, but I have definitely been guilty of that in my past. You met a beautiful lady in Arizona, but she's far from my understanding. She said, because I don't smoke, drink, and club, that means we're not compatible. Can't change myself and choose a life that is not me. With due respect to everyone here, I don't drink alcohol, smoke, and I don't club. But try me, I will spend time with you. That's a good example. That is a great example. I have been in that situation where I met someone and I knew, here's the thing, people, everybody, ladies and gentlemen, you will meet someone and you will know up front that their lifestyle and your lifestyle is not the same. But you will convince yourself, well, maybe it's time I got something else I can help. Oh, be quiet. This, my Apple Watch talking. We will convince ourselves, well, maybe I'm being a prude. Maybe I need to date outside the box. If you know you don't club, which I don't mind going to like a jazz club because I'm a saxophonist or whatever, but I'm not a club girl where I'm going to go out dancing until 2, 3 in the morning. That's not me. So if I meet a gentleman and he says, hey, I hit the clubs every weekend, that's what I do, it would be no purpose in us dating. I don't care how fine he could be everything, but where are other places to meet men? I'm afraid to say, see, I'm glad you feel comfortable saying that, Ian, because that's a lot of us. I'm going to try to share the link. Copy. Now, all of you can't come on at once, but and I don't want to say your name wrong. Otidia? I'm just going to say Raya. I can say that. I think I'm saying that correctly. I'm going to send the link so you can join. Yeah, I know that I appreciate your honesty, and because a lot of us have been there. We don't speak up because we don't want to scare the guy away. Like if I tell him I'm a church girl and he's not in the church, but if you know you're a church girl, you're a church guy, you're a Christian, very strong in your faith, you're a Bible study person, and you meet someone and they say, well, I ain't about that life. Come on. Now you certainly minister to them and you there might be a light on you that pulls them towards Christ. However, if you, again, it doesn't matter what kind of lifestyle it is, if you're unequally yoked, most of the time we know that right away. I just put the link in the comment for you, Raya Lewis. Yeah, so again, we are not going to be ashamed to say we're dating with purpose. We're dating with intention because here's the thing. Let's see here. I'll just wait until it pops up. When you're dating with purpose, you're dating with intention, you're going to get criticized. I'm going to tell you now. Your phone might go to crickets because there are some people, men and women, they're out for one thing. But that's not you, because you know who you are and you have standards. Don't let anyone tell you, well, because you'll hear things like, well, good luck with that. Yeah, good luck with that. I'm going to be okay. Now, a lot of church women were party girls, then got saved. So women say they are church women. Every girl, every dude is thinking, why she, oh, yes, that's the phrase. I have an entire video on my TikTok about this very phrase right here. Why she give it up to everybody else, but I have to wait. I have heard that comment, and I know I got some amens on this comment. I know you have heard that. You know why? Because it's her choice. You know what? There comes a point in time when you make a choice. That's like I said, whatever we did in the past, starting from this point forward, we can change. That is your authority. That is your vested authority to say, I don't want to do that anymore. So if that woman says, you know what? Yeah, I gave up my cookies for 15, 20 years. Yep, that's what I was doing. I don't want to do that anymore. That is her prerogative. That does not entitle. And that's what we've been dealing with. Entitlement. And I'm so glad you posted that. We've been dealing with this entitlement that's been fueling this whole casual dating phenomenon because we're just out here giving it up. And because they tell us, why I gotta wait. Everybody else got it. Now you want to lock it down. My choice. You can, I'm sure there are women who they'll give it to you, but not me. I know this is the most ridiculous, sure the most ridiculous comment. I'm trying to connect with you on my iPhone, but it's difficult. You might have to do it on a laptop, on a desktop. I don't know. You should be able to connect on your iPhone, but I'm not seeing any indication here that you're trying to get in because I should have some type of alert. You should be able to come right in. Yeah, I don't know why that's not working, and I don't have a way to troubleshoot it right now. But if you click on the link, you'll probably have to get on a desktop. That's the only thing I can think if it's not working on your iPhone. Yeah, you gave it up to everybody else. You're not entitled. That's what I want you guys to understand out here dating. There's no entitlement to your body. Let them talk about you. Let them tell you you're going to be old and by yourself. But guess what the statistics are showing? More and more, these men are ending up old and alone with no one to take care of them. I'm just quoting what the stats are out there. It's out there. I believe it's I don't want to misquote the source, but I believe it's the probably the Institute of Health, CDC. One of those sources can talk about what's happening, what they're seeing now as people age and the medical profession is speaking about it, that in the hospitals, more and more people are older, and I'm not dogging out men, but it's a reality. So, and what we're seeing with a lot of women, we're okay. I am not walking around sad because I'm single, and neither should any of you, men or women, be walking around, woe is me. I encourage you to live your best life while you're single. Live your best life. Do everything. Stop sitting around waiting. Oh, if I just had somebody in my life, I could do this. I wish I had someone to take a cruise with. If you don't get out here and start living, yeah, get out here and start living. Okay. I don't want to cause trouble, but if a man has 3 baby mamas, I hate the baby mama thing, but anyway, 3 baby, that's a red flag. But if a woman has been getting ran through for years I'm supposed to just turn a blind eye. That's kind of hypocritical, don't you think? If a woman has been getting ran through, what? I don't. A woman, your words. But I'm gonna be kind. But we always talk about a woman getting ran through, but how about the women that you've ran through? I mean, we don't talk about that. Some kind of way the woman, she becomes this filthy vessel because you suspect she's been with multiple partners. Maybe she has in her past. Well, maybe she's now changed. But I find this conversation comes into play when the man figures out he's not going to get any. Then we start talking about this woman's sexual history, who she's been with and how many she's likely been with. And now this all comes center stage. But as you say that, I wish you would change your words. I'm going to be kind, but I don't like that, that she's been run through. But I need you to reverse that. And how many have you run through? But see, okay. Keisha, I need someone to add to my finances and not create trouble. Oh, thank you, Latoya. Passed around. Aretha, love you. The standard needs to be equal from both sides of the table, though. Can't put blame anywhere. And I hope, guys, that's what you're hearing from me. Some of you might be coming on late, and so it sounds like I'm one-sided. But no. I said on both sides, and I spoke about this tonight on the live, in case you missed it. I said, women, we have let me put this link in, Melissa, to see if you can click on it and join. I'm going to try again and see, but I think you have to do it from a computer. I just put the link in again. But yeah, we always hear that argument when we date with purpose and they want to convince us that nobody's going to date. You got to give it up. Nobody's going to buy the cow if they're not getting the milk. But going now, sleeping together is the new dating. Okay. This casual dating is what opens itself up to not even going on a date. The first date is, can I come over? And I hope you guys are blocking and deleting when that happens. First date, really? Second date, can I come over? No. So you're not having success joining. It might be something on my end, and I will research what is happening as to why. So have you tried? Yep, Melissa's in. Add to stream.
Hi.
Hello, Melissa. Did you come in on a computer?
No, I wanted to try it at first on my phone before.
Okay, so you were able to come in on your phone. So I was just wondering, was it that? So now I know people can use their phone to come in. Okay,
Yeah.
great. What would you like to share with us, ma'am? I'm so happy that you joined.
Well, thank you. I'm a little bit nervous and stressed, but
No, don't be. This is all love here.
part of me wants to share, and part of me is it's still shy. So I'm trying to get comfortable with those live. But
Oh no.
the topic is very interesting. So I just wanted to add on top of what you already said. And one advice I could give to women out there is don't see being single as being lonely.
Ooh, that's good.
See being single as dating yourself and take the opportunity to find out what it is exactly you like, you don't like, and how fun life can be. Because being in a relationship might be the ultimate goal for most human beings on earth, but I mean, your life doesn't depend on it. And it's not because you're single that your title is worthless.
That's good.
In society we have a tendency to think that because of the job that we have, the car we're driving, the money that we have in a bank account, this will define us. And the fact
Mm,
that now we're single and we are so successful, oh my god, something must be wrong with me. Well, no, it
no.
all starts from the within. So basically you kind of attract whatever it is you're putting out there, and you have a tendency of attracting what it is you're lacking from the within.
Ooh, that's good. You're right. You're so right. You're preaching. Go, go, preach, preach. I'm about to pass the collection plate. Go forth. Go.
Basically, yeah, that's what it does. The message I'm trying to send out there, because often I see people trying to put the blame on women and saying, oh, it's men this, it's women that. There is a part of reality and truth in that. But I mean, let's take the issue from the roots. And if you go like down to the roots, the issue starts with you.
Yeah.
And like you said earlier, if you are unhappy with yourself, how fair will it be now for me to be with you, start dating you, and now I have to work 10 times harder just to make you happy? But you're not even happy with yourself. So right
Ooh.
there, you're not being fair. You're not being fair to the future partner that you're asking to come and join in, and you're not being fair with yourself, because you're seeking for external validation, external
Yes.
acceptance, instead of just embracing who you are.
Yes.
So just enjoy being single. There is nothing wrong with that. And so what? You are in the 40, 50, 60, whatever that number is. Age is just but a number. You're on a life path because you have a mission to fulfill. And maybe the reason why you're single is because there is still something that you haven't learned from.
Ooh, child, you are on it. I'm like how a preacher would get up. He say, "Ooh, you done preach my message. Go ahead on."
You
Go
have no
ahead
idea
on.
how much I'm shaking deep, deep, deep down inside of me. But I mean, I felt like I had to share and just
Oh, this was
to
on point.
add a little bit on top of what you said, because what you said is so true. Like, I agree with everything you're saying. But it's just important for people to understand, like, look yourself first before seeking for something external. Learn to love yourself before even asking for love, because
Yes.
sometimes it's like we are the one creating those chaotic and toxic relationship,
Ooh, that's good.
because we are so desperate to be with someone, because I want to be in a relationship so bad that I'm willing, like you said, for example, I don't date smokers, but I'm willing now to take you because that's the only fault you have. So you know what? It's okay. I'll make it happen. No, it's not okay. You're the priority. You should take care of you first.
Oh, you are so. I really appreciate you articulating this so well, because I want to go back to what you said about how we project, and I talk about this. If you're broken, I promise you, you are emitting. Wherever you go, you you are sending out these signals and this energy. And some of you ask yourself, well, why do I always meet the same kinds of people? Haven't you heard that, Melissa? I always meet the same kind of people because you're broken inside. And there are manipulative people out there who
Absolutely.
look for broken people. They look for
Absolutely.
people who have low self-esteem. They're like, that's somebody I can put on, and they'll, I got them because they know. But when
Absolutely.
you're strong and you know who you are, that phone gonna dry up a little bit, because some men, same thing, vice versa, but some men cannot handle women who know who they are.
Well,
They'll
well,
say,
well, by the way,
"Oh,
that's okay. That's
right,
okay. But as a woman or as the person dating, please listen carefully.
yes,
If the person you're dating is intimidated by you because you are so full of confidence, right there, that's a message that they're telling you.
ooh, that's a
So
message."
right there, you're not on the same level. You're not on the same path. Because I
Oh, that's
shouldn't
good.
be intimidated by you. If I'm intimidated by you, it's because I know that I don't have it.
Right,
You know? Ah,
right.
there's a third one that just joined in.
Yes, Tammy. Yeah, Melissa,
Hello.
you are on point. Hello, Tammy. Thank you for joining. What's on your mind?
No, I was the one that commented about dating someone who lives in Ohio.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, no, it's just very interesting just because I think when it comes to dating, we've all gone through different traumas and we just don't necessarily address the things we go through. Then we do project that on other people.
Yeah.
And I think that society makes it seem like being single is a horrible thing.
Exactly.
And that,
Thank you.
if you are at a certain age, why are you not married? Why
Mm-hmm.
aren't you in a relationship? And so they
Right.
make it seem like if you haven't reached certain levels by certain ages, then there's a problem with you. So,
Mhm.
and I just think, sometimes we do need to be honest with ourselves, because sometimes we are the problem.
Yeah.
And we need to state that, and we need to understand that and address those things. And sometimes it's hard because accountability is not something that everybody is ready for. Everybody's
Right.
not everybody's able to do it.
Right.
So I think, we just kind of have to really just really just take the time during that single time to see what it is that we need to fix about ourselves and what it is that we truly need.
Yeah.
I always say that, whatever you're looking for in somebody else, you have within yourself. You just
Mm.
haven't discovered
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
yet. So, and I think when I got out of when my last relationship ended, I had to take some time to think about why it ended and
Yeah.
what were the things that I needed.
Right.
Every breakup, anything that's for you is for you.
Yeah.
There we
Yeah.
go.
So if a relationship ends, that relationship served its time for as
Yeah.
long as it was supposed to.
Right.
And whoever is for you, that person is not the person for you. So you have to look at it that whoever God has for you is going to be the best and most amazing person that you've
Absolutely.
ever met. So you have to think, do you really want to have this person that was just not the best? Because if you thought that person was best and God has someone better than that,
Right.
wouldn't you want the one
Imagine.
that's better than that than the other one? So,
Exactly.
it's about understanding your worth and knowing that, there are things that you deserve, but then we also have to take the time to think, are we ready for those things? Because if we're not ready, we will kind of do self-sabotage and those things will pass
Ooh.
us by without us even really realizing it.
Yeah.
So there
Oh,
is a
that's
lot of
good.
things that we have to do. And, sometimes you're just not there yet.
Right.
And so
Well,
once you
being
are there
single,
yet,
it's the healing process, I guess. So it's
right.
important
Mhm.
to go through that healing phase.
Yeah.
And it's important, like you said earlier, like while you're single, it's time for you to collect data when you're gonna dating people. But it's
Yeah.
also the same to do for yourself.
Right.
Mhm.
Date yourself, get to discover yourself, try to understand because nothing happened for no reason. Everything happened for a reason. So why did
Yeah.
it end it? Why did it last it so long? Like, what did you learn throughout that relationship? Because there is no such thing as failure.
Right.
Right.
There's no such thing as failure. My last relationship lasted like 4 years and a half, was one of the worst, but turned out to be one of the best. And yet this is
Mm.
not a failure to me.
Right.
Because that relationship just woke me up, and I kind of become the 2.0 version of myself. Even though it was
Mm.
one of the worst, I will never say like, oh my God, this was a failure. It was not a failure.
Right.
Because look at me now, So
Mhm.
yeah, so being single, it's like, take the time to heal yourself.
Right.
Yes.
Understand the karma or the trauma that you have, or what it is that you're going through that is holding you back or making you feel insecure, and try to heal from that in order to be ready to move on to that next relationship, because the best is yet to come.
That
Mhm.
is so good. Both of you are so on point. And I want to touch on something I think both of you have hit on. Oftentimes we get into this cycle. We don't allow ourselves space to heal. We get out of one relationship and we have someone waiting in queue. And we
Yep.
start dating that person. And someone else is waiting in queue because we are so afraid to be alone. But
Right.
it's okay. Because that's how we get into that cycle of casual dating.
Mhm.
What is it? Friends with benefits,
Mhm.
just giving ourselves away without knowing our true value. But I love this conversation that we're having. I hope that women and men on this live, that you'll walk away from this with a different approach to dating. It's not a sport. It's
No.
not something to do just for fun. And I love your story, Tammy. Maybe we have to do another live about long distance dating. And if you're willing, I would love to hear your story about what opened you up to, dating long distance, if you don't mind.
I mean, so what's interesting is I've never done like long distance, and I've always said I wouldn't.
Wow.
I've always said
Never,
that's something I
never.
wouldn't do, because I've always said that, for me, the physical part is important. And being long distance, you can't meet that need.
Mm.
So honestly, I don't even know why. I have no idea why. I
Right.
just
Is it
decided to.
new or has it been going on for months now?
What's that?
So it's been a little over a year.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's been a little over a year. And I mean, like he's younger than me, which I've always said I would
That's
not
another
date someone
topic.
younger
Never
than me.
say never.
But it's just interesting because, to be honest, he's very different in a lot of positive ways that I'm
Mhm.
very thankful to God for. And
Yeah.
so, you know, I think sometimes we have this, you know, I'm only going to date this certain kind of person, but you have to
Mhm.
realize that you never know the person that God has for you may be in those preferences that you say you don't have and that you don't want. So,
Right.
you know, I say that, you know, there's nothing wrong with having standards. You're supposed to have standards. But, you know, preferences can and sometimes should change. You know, if you're meeting these same kind of people and these things are not working out, maybe it's time to change some of those preferences, because a lot
Yeah.
of times those preferences really don't really determine what kind of person it is.
Ooh,
You
that's
know,
good.
him being taller or shorter doesn't determine what kind of person he is.
Right.
You know, the kind of job that he has doesn't determine the kind of person he is. The kind of car he has doesn't
Right.
determine what kind of person he is. So, you know, you don't want to hold yourself back from somebody who could potentially be a really, really great person.
Absolutely.
So,
We have a question, Tammy. How far? I know you answered it earlier. We'll answer it for Lisa. Says, how far apart do you live from your significant other?
So I'm in California. He's in Ohio. So that's a distance. And it's funny because I always used to say I wouldn't even date someone that that lived outside of my state. But what's interesting is even with us getting to know each other and dating, I don't even want to bring the physical element into it, because I've gotten to know him on a whole nother level.
Right.
So, and I appreciate the fact that I've really gotten to know him and him gotten to know me, and the physical has not been the reason why.
Right.
A lot of times when you allow that to get in the way, that does cloud your judgment about that person. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm glad you did. Go ahead, Melissa.
Are you guys having the talk about getting closer?
Yeah.
Moving? Okay, eventually either one of the two will be moving to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. That's definitely the topic, and that's the goal. Very soon, in fact. So yeah.
Sorry.
Right. I love what you said, because when we start talking, like I said, follow me on TikTok. I have several videos about the cookies, because what happens with the casual dating, you're giving it up.
Mm-hmm.
We're not taking time to even ask the most basic questions. What's your middle name? Where did you grow up? What was your family life like? What was the dynamic in your home? We are not even touching the surface at all. But all we're thinking about is the physical, how you feel in those few minutes. And that's all this situationship is based on. So we need to get out of this casual dating, friends with benefits, the sex tryouts, and let's get back to having real, meaningful relationships. And it goes back to your standards. If you meet someone and that's not their thing, and they say, "Oh, well, that's not for me," or they do the whole thing. Well, why me? Everybody else.
The next.
Let them next.
Yeah, the next.
There are more men out here, and whoever God has for you is for you, but we always want a backup plan. We think that, well, just in case, I'm gonna keep this little person, here on the back burner, just in case God don't, send me somebody. But it doesn't work that way.
But you know what?
No.
I'd like to add something to this.
Yeah.
While you on that journey of being single, it's important to have faith.
Yeah.
Because God's going to test you. The universe,
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
whatever you believe in will be testing you.
Mm-hmm.
So when you decide to have a plan B, or that casual dating on the side, or that friend with benefit on the side to keep you busy, you're just taking room off for that next person to come in. So yeah, it's important to have faith and keep faith, because Like, for example, me, I've been single for quite some time, and there is not a day that goes by without my family or friends asking me, what's going to happen if you don't meet someone like in the next 5 years or the next 3 years? Like, you're getting older. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Well, guess what?
Yeah.
I know deep inside of me that I'm not made to end up alone.
Right.
But as of today, if that's the case, I'm ready.
Yes.
So I'm not
Yes.
afraid of just ending up by myself because I'm just enjoying
Right.
being with me so much.
Right.
But at the same time, I feel like when the time will come,
Right.
that right person I will meet that right person. So right now it's not the
Absolutely.
moment. So I'm just enjoying the moment and with being with myself, and whatever happens, I'm not afraid. There was
Right.
a time I used to be afraid. I'll be
Yeah.
like, oh my goodness, what's gonna happen if I don't meet anybody? But today I can honestly say, you know what? I don't care.
Yes.
I have to be single. Of course, I'd like to meet someone. I would love to be with someone, but now is not the time. So I have
Right.
faith in me,
Yeah, this is a building time
Nice.
to get to know you, like we said earlier, and do the work. You know,
Right.
oftentimes we say, God, where what do we do? Where's my Boaz? Where's my Boaz? But we haven't done the work. We
Right.
haven't fulfilled the assignment. We have
Mhm.
assignments during our singleness
There you
that
go.
we have
Right.
not fulfilled. We're so busy filling the time with people who mean nothing.
There
They
you go.
have
Mhm.
nothing. They're of no consequence to your life, and we're just wasting time spinning our wheels.
Right.
And you're like, God, what? Because you're filling space. You're afraid to be alone. And you can't be that because you are strong, beautiful, powerful women. And I keep saying women because most of my group members are women. But I'm also speaking to the men because I know there are men who are going through many of the challenges that we're talking about. So we just want you to love yourself, value yourself,
Yeah,
and great things are coming.
absolutely.
Great things are in store for your life.
Absolutely. We all
Mhm.
worry a bit.
Yes. Any
Yes.
final words, Tammy, Melissa?
I'm sorry?
Any final words that you'd like to leave with the group before we sign off?
We all worry of it, and you are your biggest competitor. So you're just running against yourself.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
just work on becoming the best version of yourself. And
Yeah.
once you reach that level, it's just a domino effect. So don't worry about what will happen next. Everything will just flow, and you'll just attract that right person towards you.
I love
Mhm.
it. I love it. Thank you. Tammy?
Just once you know your worth, there's a lot of things that you will not put up with. There's a lot of things that you will not be willing to do,
Right.
and you will eliminate people very quickly
Yes.
once you know what your worth is. And when you know what your worth is, you'll be okay being single.
Right.
So,
Absolutely.
and just, the traumas that we go through, because everybody's gone through them, just know that the statement, that's just the way I am, that's just the way it is, that's not true.
No.
So, you want to address those things in your singleness,
Yeah.
because when it comes to a relationship, those things will come out then. So just, take that single time to really focus on you and getting you where you need to be, because you are single for a reason. And if you really are hoping for that person that God has for you,
Right.
He has allowed you to be single so you can work on you and be ready for that person when that person gets there. So,
Oh man, this is God ordained. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Thank you, both ladies.
you.
Beautiful ladies. I'm so happy for what God is doing in both of your lives. Everyone that's on this live tonight, I thank you so much. So I hope you guys will join me again. And Tammy, we're going to talk again on long distance relationships.
okay.
Thank you.
Having me. Have a good night.
Good night. So
Bye.
thank you. Bye-bye. I appreciate you guys so much for coming on. So that is our live tonight. So I wanted to answer. So I think Lewis, I'm calling your last name. You mentioned about the IG handle. I'm not streaming to IG. This platform does not allow me to stream to IG. I am streaming on Facebook and YouTube tonight. I could have streamed also to Twitter, but it must be something on your end with your phone. That's why you couldn't join, because I had one person join from their computer and one person join from their phone. So I'm sorry you weren't able to join, but I think we had a great discussion. I think we came to an understanding, a great understanding about casual dating, which is no longer in our vocabulary. We're not casually dating. No, 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 no. You are dating with purpose. Dating with purpose. So I want to make sure you guys know how to stay in touch. In case you're not following me, please follow. Well, I'm going to give you the info for YouTube. I'm on YouTube under Lou Frey TV. You can support this live with stars. I appreciate your support. Love you guys for that. And also, if you are not a part of the private group, you want to get in the private group. We're right at 1,000. We're almost at 1,000 if we haven't passed it yet, because people have just been joining. And yes, when you come in, I know what you guys do. You come in and you look at you're like, where the men at? Well, they're coming. There's not as many men in the group yet, but we are growing. So don't come in the group and say, I'm leaving. There's no men in here. We got some men in the group and it's growing. They're coming. But meanwhile, hang out with us single girls and we're going to learn how to get this dating thing right. You have a community of tightly knit people. It's all love. No judgment. We talk about the ups and downs of single life and dating. So come on over and join the group. So again, thank you so much for coming on. Yay, Tanya, I'm so glad you joined in. I am so happy for everybody who came on tonight. And hey, we're dating with purpose. So this has been Lou Frey. I'm going to sign off. And it'll be available for if you want to watch the broadcast again. So take care and have a happy week, great week. Praying for your success this week. Be safe. And until next time, and follow me on TikTok. That's the other thing. Follow me on TikTok under Lou Frey. All right. Good night. Love you guys. Yes, Tammy. Thank you so much. Tammy, Melissa, that was awesome. Awesome. All right. See you guys next time.